Alrighty, guys, thanks for joining me. This is your host, ID Jester, and as you can see, we are going to be playing Desert War 1940-1942. This is a new game produced by BK Wargames and published by Slitherine and Matrix Games. Very excited to bring this game to you here. So, we're going to be playing the introductory scenario, which I thought would be a good starting point, obviously, to get into this game and learning the basics. I've kind of read over through the manual and got a chance to understand a little bit of the concepts and stuff behind the scenes. Now let's get our fingers wet and get us some action here in the desert of 1940 to 1942. This is one of my favorite areas of World War II because of all the interesting things that happened in the back and forth, and of course Rommel being there, and we're going to find out what's going on here. So, anyways, this game is again designed and developed by BK Wargames, and is being published by Slitherine and Matrix Games, who does a wonderful job with their games. So I'm hoping that I've been watching this one throughout, and really thought that this one was, oh yeah, something I had to get. And so a big shout out to Slitherine. They ended up sending me a developer's copy, or a review copy, so I could bring this to my channel for you guys out there. So hopefully, if you guys enjoy this action, be sure to let Slitherine and Matrix Games know that you saw it here on my channel. And of course, if you can and enjoy the content, be sure to give it a thumbs up and a nice comment there, so that way they know that all their efforts and being able to give me these review games so I can bring them to you guys are worth it. So again, big shout out to them. They do an awesome job, and we're going to be playing Desert War here. We're going to play the introductory scenario. And oops, look at my desktop, and this, oh, it matches. Isn't that cute? Oh yeah, that's wonderful. All right, so let's play this introductory scenario here. All right, so remove the tutorial screen by pressing the space bar. Press the P button on the bottom display to display it again. So we get rid of this message, and we can zoom around. We can zoom in and out. There's not obviously a lot to this tutorial scenario, just a few units here scattered around. Very nice. We can always bring this back up by hitting the T button again. All right. In this setup phase, you can range units in the setup zones. Each zone is restricted to a specific area on the map, indicated by different colors, units with the same color, and their counter lower left setup in the same area. So let's just get rid of that, just show you guys. So you can see it's kind of like this grayish area up here. You can see all these units up here. If I try to set them up outside, they'll just pop back in there, but I can move them inside, move them around. I can keep them, however I wanted to reposition them. So they just have to stay within your little boundary area. And it looks like we have a few blue groups down here on the bottoms. Artillery, more artillery, more artillery, more artillery. Some tanks, engineers. All right, we should probably keep our headquarter units together. Oh, how do we do that? Well, let's find out. When you mouse over a unit, you will notice the color under it changes, and the headquarters that it belongs to will become pink. And units that share the same headquarters as this unit will be green. If the cursor is over a headquarters, the unit command by that headquarters will be green. To move units around, drag and drop them and using the left mouse button. So H shows us our chain of command, and the mouse wheel will zoom in and out. So more tutorials there. So again, once I just hover over a unit, you can see that all of these units, all of these here in this general upper quadrant, are all highlighted in green because they all belong to the same organization. And in fact, if I zoom down, you will notice that this headquarters right here turns pink to show me, oh, this headquarters works with these guys. Oh, so simple and easy. I mean, wow. Like they shouldn't have thought of this like 20 years ago. I mean, come on, guys. It's so simple and so easy. These guys here, you can see their headquarters way back here, which is the, what is that, the 13th Corps headquarters back there. And these guys here belong to this headquarters. Oops, move this guy. There we go. So all these green units here go back to this headquarters. And the same thing, we can actually see the headquarter unit. When we hover over the headquarter unit, we can see if it has a support or a higher level headquarters. You can see that this headquarters here, the 883rd SAX, actually is subordinate to this headquarters, which happens to be the 2nd SA Division, 13th Corps, and you can see that this headquarters is subordinate to this one here, which is of course our Supreme Headquarters, which happens to be the 13th Corps headquarters. So you can easily, just by mousing over. Now, besides that, we can always use the H key, which I just pressed on my keyboard. So now you can actually see lines of communication back and forth. And, you know, that way you can kind of quickly and easily see. Oh, let's see this guy here. You can see how all of his units are broken down. And his headquarters that he's subordinate to. You can see the same thing here. This headquarters is actually subordinate to both of those guys. Wow. Okay. No, I guess they're all equal. They are all division headquarters. So they're actually on the same plane, which all falls under, of course, the Corps headquarters. And of course, we have the headquarters up here at the top. And yep, so we can press the H key again. So pretty much we have done that. Now let me just make sure, now that I'm done messing around, that I didn't cause any issues. Okay. Alrighty. Engineer unit, huh? What's this unit here? This unit here happens to be, looks like a heavy weapons team. Is that what that is? We can actually right-click the unit, and we can find out all kinds of super cool details about this unit. So you can see here, this is the 3rd SA Brigade. Is that what the BDE stands for? I'm thinking. I think that's what that represents. More information on it. Stacking size is 1, which is going to be important because you can only put so many stacking points into. Excuse me, I had to sneeze and I had to put my microphone away, but then the sneeze didn't actually come. So you can only put a certain amount of stacking points into each hex. I think the value is 8, if I'm not mistaken. And then it shows you the size of the unit. It also shows you its capabilities there, defensive anti-aircraft value. And again, this is what I really, really like about this game. Number one, it's just crisp and clean. Such a good interface, though. It's so good. So good. I mean, look at it. I mean, if you're like trying to learn the game, which of course that's why we're here, we're trying to learn the game, right? So we right click, oh look at, we find out all this, what the hell does this mean? Well, you just mouse over it and it shows you and tells you everything you need to know about this unit. This is the range of the units to the higher level headquarter unit. This is the number of movement points the unit's headquarter can be from the unit and still support it. Oh, okay, so it can be up to 8 spaces away. What's this thing? Distance from the headquarters. This is the number of movement points that the unit is away from its headquarters. Oh, okay. And, you know, et cetera, et cetera. We can mouse over anything. Unit dug in, its entrenchment level, its stacking size, its support, its basic allocation of supplies, its movement points, its defensive value, its attack value, its strength, and its readiness. The little pips represent some things, and obviously the little numbers here. 1 is its general strength, and 5 represents its defensive value, and 8 represents its movement points. And I figured all that out by just hovering over. Now, tell me that's not super good and super useful interface. That is totally just beautiful. So we are going to put this back up there, put that back up there. We're going to put this guy up there. Right. So once we're done with setup, keep this headquarters over there. I think we're going to move that guy over there. Might switch these guys around so this one's a little bit closer to those guys. All right, let's see what's going on up here. And you guys are all okay? All right, so once we're done with our setup, we just hit the end phase button here, progress to the next phase. Yes, we would like to proceed to the next phase. So, tutorial planning. In this phase, you can move units and order attacks. To move a unit, drag and drop it with the left mouse button. Hexes that can be moved into are clear, and inaccessible hexes are grayed out, and hexes to which the unit could move if not for the presence of enemy units are yellow. To attack enemy units, drag and drop units onto enemy units. To get more information about a unit or battle, right-click on that unit or battle. Hotkeys. F selects all units in the hex and lock the side panel. And the O key changes the order type of the hex. So hold, which is defense, hold at all costs, it will suffer more casualties, or withdrawal will reduce your amount of casualties, but of course you will withdraw from the hex. And Shift O displays the orders on the map. Okay, so let's do it. I guess we're gonna be, holy cow. All right, so in this game, it's all about Dog Sidious, my friend. What is going on? How are you tonight? Hope all is well with you. We're playing a little Desert War 1940-1942 by BK Wargames, and I just love the interface on this. It's so easy and so manageable. It's just things they should have done like 20 years ago to make wargaming a little easier for people. Oh, when I hover over, I can see where the headquarters is. I can see all the units that are associated with that. So in this game, it's all about knowing your enemy or finding out information about them, finding out their locations, and then, of course, making your attacks based upon the information that you find out. So you can see we have several different things going on here. This unit up here, which is the Italian 3rd Battalion of the 40th Bologna Infantry Regiment. And we know it's got a attack strength of 2, it's got a defensive strength of 4, and it's got 8 movement points. And we know the size of it. We know a lot of details about this unit here. And that's because when we have units adjacent to it, based upon our recon ability and how much time we spend in that hex, and if this unit moves, and there's a whole bunch of different factors that come into it, but we might find out some information about it. You can see underneath there we have another hex we don't know a lot about, but we do know there are some units there. We know we saw some engineers running around, and we saw some infantry running around, and we saw some, I'm not even sure what this symbol is, to be honest with you. Upside down V with a dot in the middle. So we know there's something there. We know there's like 3 different units, and we know their general size, but we don't know how strong they are, what their defensive values are, or anything like that. And then we go over to this hex over here, and you can see we actually don't know we know there's something in that hex, but we don't have any idea what kind of unit it is. Is it infantry? Is it artillery? We have no idea. So we are, we need to spend more time planning and scouting and trying to figure it out. Sometimes we'll have recon planes where we can assign missions to recon different areas so they can get some more information. Sometimes we'll have obviously bombers or attack aircraft. Looks like in the tutorial mission, at least in the beginning for the first turn, I don't think we have anything like that. I don't believe so. So we can look at over here is the display the victory data. So right now there's no victory points, and the only victory objective is, I believe it's this hex right there with the big outline of red there. So that is the only victory point in this small scenario, and our job is to try to get to it, take it over. So we're going to do that. We're going to try. Anyways, we're going to try. That's what we're going to do. Alrighty, so our artillery here is obviously anti-air. Would be good if they got anti-airplane. Just hotkeys R selects artillery unit in fire mode. All right. So we're gonna take this unit here, and what were we learning here? Select all units in the hex for the F. Change the orders and the O and Shift O. Right. So if we hit the F key, when we click, oh, I gotta get rid of that. There we go. So now we can see our units again over there. So I'm gonna click in a hex. You see all the different units over there on the left-hand side. And if I click F again, you'll notice the information will actually stay there, and even though my mouse is now moving around, I can press F and they'll go away. So normally what happens is you click on a hex and the information will stay up there, but as soon as you move your mouse off, it'll go away. If you don't want that to go away, you just simply hit the F key and you'll see it locks them on the screen over there. And then when I click on a different hex, I can lock those on there. So I suppose we should try and do some attacks here. Alrighty, what are we going to do is the good question. Let's see, let's start up at the north here and see what we can find here. This guy's a 248. We know that. He's going to be in rough terrain up there. Let's see if there's a way to actually, obviously we're still learning all the, it's only going to teach us a little thing every turn. So we can turn the units off there so we can kind of get a good look at the terrain. You can see that there is entrenchments there for the defensive units. Looks like they've been digging in for a while, waiting for our attack here, trying to protect their supply source here. Turn news back on. There we go. All right, let's make an attack here, shall we? Well, I guess we'll start. Oops, start up here at the top. Let's see here. We got a. I guess we're gonna bring that guy in there. I'm gonna bring that guy in there. I'm gonna bring that guy in there. And we're gonna bring this guy in there. Bring this guy in there. I'm gonna bring that guy in there. We're gonna bring everyone in there. That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna do some damage. If we're going in, we're gonna try and do some damage. We're gonna try and let's see here. Kind of got a weak front here. Wonder, can I actually? Nope, I can't. It's not gonna let me do my artillery yet. It wants to teach us how to do artillery, but artillery is really cool because you can support different units. So like if this unit's going to attack, I can tell this unit to support it, and when this unit goes and attacks, it'll automatically add its value to the attack. But it didn't teach us that yet, so I guess it doesn't want us to actually do it. Now this is interesting. We know this unit's got 1 firepower and it's got 8 defense. Wow, that's pretty serious. Pretty serious stuff. Which one do we want to go towards? Let's go towards this one. And then we're gonna try and swoop around in there. And bring this guy in there and there, and then we're gonna throw all of our attacks in like that. Can we? I think we can tell it to do our artillery tech. Can we? Can we? Can we? All right. So you see the stacking is 3 and 3 for this guy, right? So we can bring this guy up there and then support that attack. I can bring this guy up here. These guys, we're just going to bring them in, I think, like that. Alrighty, I think we're done with the planning phase. Proceed to the next turn? Sure, let's do it. Let's see how bad we did. Alright. So now what happens when that little screen comes up is it basically plays out the turn behind that little logo that just showed up there. Now what happens is we can actually play the, we can replay the turn basically of everything that happened behind the scenes. Whoa, 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 no, 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 no. We would like to slow way down, right? Let's go back to the beginning. Slow it down. No, I want to play this again so we can see something actually. All right, you can see it's going a lot slower now. So our units are moving. There we go. So we've finally got an attack. So I'm going to pause it right there. Now we go. We can now hover over the attack and we can see what had happened. So we had 2.8 to 1 odds in our favor. The intensity was high. Our integrity was 90%, and defensive value was 100%. There was a shift in the odds 1 column because I think of experience level. I think is here we go. We can right click on the actual marker again. I mean, so good an interface. It's unbelievable. So we can find out all the details that we want to find out about. Okay, so we had a shift. We had 1.8 from our value in favor of our attack odds versus their defense. Then we had a shift, an odd shift, right, of 1 there. But if you're not sure, well, why do we get the odd shift? All we have to do is just move our mouse over there and it'll tell us. We got it because of better quality. So we have better quality units, so we got a 1 column shift. And then shock shift, we didn't get anything. So the final odds is going to be 2.8 to 1. The intensity was high, and the dice roll, which again is a 6-sided dice, and we rolled a 3, so kind of in the middle there. So the basic odds were going to be 1.8 to 1. We ended up 7% damage to our strength, 23% to our readiness. The Italians/Germans, if we look over here, held the ground. They took 19% damage to their strength and 22% to their readiness. And then the defenders withdrew to reduce the casualties. So they ended up withdrawing from this fight. Oops, fight here. So that's that attack. So we can keep going on. Go on to the next battle here. So you can see he's now withdrawn his units from that attack. And our units are entering into the space now, as you can see. I've got it on super slow, so we go through this kind of slow the first time. And you can see one other thing I want to point out. You can see the artillery units. Looks like the computer automatically did our artillery the first time, because they didn't actually teach us how to do artillery yet, but we'll get to do that here in a couple turns from now. So the artillery here says we're attacking this space. So all right, we got another attack, so we can check out this attack here. Let's put it on pause there. So right click. So damage 19%, 22% to the readiness. They withdrew. Okay, keep playing. Well, good evening to everyone out there. Playing a little bit of Desert War 1940 to 1942. If you're just joining us, I do appreciate you stopping by. This is a game by BK Wargames. Whoa, 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 whoa. What do we got going on up here? Stop, 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 pause. Let's find out what happened up here. Again, I'm not going to do this every time. I just want to go through it in the beginning here. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to click. Oops, I got to actually pause it. There we go. Won't let you. Not sure why it won't let me click on that space. But anyways, the interface, I just love the interface, to be honest. It's just, if you missed the intro, the beginning of the episode here, when you click on a unit, it'll highlight all the units that it's associated with. It'll automatically highlight the headquarter unit it's associated with. Many, many good things. We've got another attack over here. So this one here, ooh, not as good. You can see if you just hover over it. The main things you're looking at here is the, let's see, can I slide that out of the way? No. What you're looking at is the readiness, oops, the readiness and strength damage and readiness damage. Oh wow, we took a really bad damage there. We were actually 1 to 6.8. So that is because odd shift 2. We had 2 better quality, so thank God for that. Or maybe they had better quality. Yeah, no, we had better quality because it went from 1 versus 6.8 to 1 versus 4.8. So we actually dropped that down quite a bit because of our odds. So that's why finding out and reconning and understanding what units are there and getting the detailed information about them are ultra important, because we were attacking units that were very, very strong and we didn't bring enough units to bear against them, and it costs us dearly. A lot of young men are dead because of that. Here we go. Tutorial artillery. Artillery can attack enemy ground units or defend friendly units. Press R when the cursor is over an artillery unit to select it. This enters the fire mode, which displays the range. To assign a artillery mission, left click on an enemy or friendly unit. Artillery attacks effectiveness depending on the knowledge of the target, which we just talked about. So the more we know about the target, the better we can fine-tune our artillery to get them and do more damage to them and affect their effectiveness. The intel level of the target units, the less known about the target, the less effective the attack. Combining artillery fire with ground attack usually increase the intensity of the attack. right-click on artillery unit and put the cursor over the attack icon for more information. So R went over our headquarter units, displays the headquarters line of command, LOC range, went over artillery units, select artillery unit to fire mode, Alt-R, select an artillery unit in hex to fire mode, and select next available. All right, got it. Yeah, good. Oh, did we get some more units over here? Looks like we got some more units. Yeah, baby. All right. So, one of the things we talked about, you see that, is just no matter which unit I click on, it's going to show you all the units in green that it's associated with, which is brilliant. It highlights the headquarter unit that it all belongs to. So in pink, as you can see down here. Just brilliant interface. It's so sweet. All right, so we're going to do that. So we know we're going to take this pretty decent stack. Again, if we hit F, it'll lock these in place. We're not going to be taking in our artillery units. I shouldn't have moved that guy up. Should actually probably move that back space. Oops. So there is our artillery unit. We're going to move you guys out of there. There you go. I don't know. I wasn't thinking when I moved that unit up. So we got a Pilgrim Force, Pilgrim Force. It's a rifle brigade, a machine gun battalion, and the 1st Rifle. So if we know we're going to be doing an attack with these guys, we're going to attack this space here. We might want to hit the... let's hit the R key there. And let's see if we can select all those guys. We need to break in. Right there's the victory point hex. So let's see if we can do some damage. We want to know about. We know about this guy here. Let's. All right. Select next artillery unit in a hex in fire mode. Select next available artillery unit in fire mode. Shift R. Let's see what happens in Shift R. All right, you guys. These guys are pretty weak. We're gonna, let's see, defensively, this guy's the strongest. We're gonna go there. And then Shift R, we'll bring up the next artillery unit. We're going to use you there, Shift R. We're going to use you there, Shift R. We are also going to use you there, Shift R. Use you there, Shift R. Over here, Shift R. Over there. Nope, too far. Shift R over there. All right, so there's our artillery attacks. So hopefully, we're going to go in there. And these guys are going to come in to help. And then we're going to have this guy and this guy go in there. You know what? I'm not really worried about this guy. I'm just going to double team this guy there. This guy's going to come up and help. These guys. Oh yeah, we're gonna use you guys. Alright, now they're gonna smash. Oops. They can only go there. Alright, let's bring them up there. You're gonna go there and help smash right there. That's wonderful. Beautiful. Alright, any more reinforcements? That would be nice. Not that I'm getting greedy, but that would be nice. Alright, we're gonna have a lot of attacks this time. Gonna bring this guy up right there. See, we don't know about what's in these hexes now. So 3, 4, 5. What's in this hex here? Okay, looks good. Again, if we're not sure about anything, we can just right click it, and again, so super good. Oh, what is this? What's this little symbol mean? This means readiness. Oh, what's that mean? Well, it tells you everything you want to know by just hovering over. You don't need to go back and reread the manual or try to dig it out. If Wargames could have been like this so many years ago, people would be so much farther along. Would be so many more people that would play them. I think a lot of people get mad and frustrated, even myself. I'm gonna bring this bad boy up. I think this northern force, I don't know, do we just hold those units down, or do we try to push in? There's a headquarter unit there. You know what? There you go. Select everyone. Move in there. Can you help? Let's go in. We're going to put everyone in there. Not everyone can move up there, but hopefully they can attack. All right, I think planning phase is done. All righty, let's see what happens now. Let's see how bad we mess this up. All right, let's go ahead and replay the turn so we can see what happens. There's our artillery attack. Another artillery attack. Actually, a counter artillery attack there. That's not good. All right, that's fine. Looks like we took over this hex. More artillery attacking. Good, good. Get them, boys. Get them. Okay, I do want to show something. So let's stop. I'm just going to stop the progression here. You can see if we right-click this attack, you can see it was 2.1 to 1, but the final odds went to 4.1 versus 1. The reason for that, hang on a second. It should have stopped. Thank you. All right, so, nope, that's not the attack. Was this one? Yeah, so we originally started at 2.1 to 1 in our favor. So the odds were, let's say they had 5 defense, we had like 11 attack. But the odds were shifted too, and you can see now the reason it was shifted was because we had an engineer and we had the quality. And you can see one unit was eliminated. We eliminated one of the Italian/German units. We took 3% of our strength and 15% of our readiness down. So that was kind of an interesting attack, but we completely eliminated a unit there. If we look at this one here, 4%, 8%, so yeah, nothing too much happened on that attack. Let's go ahead and play the turn a little bit. This is going to be a big one up here, I think. Let's see, attack. Oh, that was their attack. Oh, we're still moving into position. Okay, go ahead. Keep rolling. Looks like they had some artillery come and attack us there. Notice how it's in a red, showing us that was the enemy attack, whereas ours is in blue. Oh, it's waiting on me to continue the the movie. All right, here comes our units up. That's why this attack has been waiting. There we go. Come on, get that attack. So how do we do in this one? This is a big one here. So the orders were to withdraw. They took 5% damage to strength. Oh man, we got hammered again. 45% damage to our strength, 57 damage to our readiness. That northern attack is just not working. And they rolled a 6, which means they had the best, or no, since it was our attack, it was still the best number we could have hoped for. And we still ended up getting, they had total defense of 6.4. Wow. And that hex there. Interesting. Guess I'll have to go around the outside there, I think. Okay, so that was that. Readiness. Readiness measures how fresh a unit is. Readiness is reduced by unit actions, moving, attacking, etc. Low readiness reduces the effective attack or defense values. The effective value is the one shown on the counter. At 0% readiness, attacks will be reduced by 66%. At 0% readiness, defense and movement reduced by 50%. Unit recovers readiness by resting. The amount of readiness recovered depends on the quality of the unit. During the night, units recover extra readiness, even if they've already moved in the last turn of the day before the night turn. The map darkens to indicate this is the last turn of the day. Right-click a unit and move the cursor over the icon for more information. Okay, well, we made some pretty good progress down here in the south flank, and I was even thinking if I could just hold these units up here, keep them up away from down here at the bottom, not attack, but just keep them occupied, basically. If I can just keep these guys occupied, then hopefully our southern flank can crash through these last couple stacks of guys and come home with the victory, eh? So what do we have in this stack? Looks like armored units. We have 2 infantry and an armored unit. We have 3 armored units. Well, let's see what their defenses look like. Yow! It's a pretty sizable. Again, I'm going to hit F. Again, just another simple thing added to the game that makes it. I mean, how many times, if you played Wargames your whole life, like me, how many times have you had your mouse cursor over something and then move your mouse cursor off and it disappears, and then you're like, oh, come on, I gotta, and then it's, oh, no, I want to see what this is. No, but you got to click up here, but then your mouse, and then your map moves, and that's no. Just click on it, right? And then just hit the F key, boom. You can move your mouse, you can do whatever, but the units stay right there. You can see everything about them. Oh my gosh. Simple little thing like that. Just brilliant. I'm telling you, just absolutely brilliant. All right, defense 2, 0, 1. It's a coastal gun battery, huh? Okay. And these guys are going to be a problem. These guys are going to be a problem. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to artillery the heck out of them. I think that's what we're going to do. All right, so I got to select this. right? Select this unit, and then R, Shift R. Okay, so you guys attack that unit. Shift R. You guys as well. Shift R. I'm gonna. You start bombing that group. You can see where our gist is going right there, right? So I think that's all of our artillery, right? All right. So we got this new infantry units coming up. It's only got 4 movement points, so we need to get this guy up eventually. I think we're going to bring it down here to the south. It's only an 8-turn scenario, so I mean we have to get this eventually. Problem is, if I move these guys up, these guys could come back and cause issues. I don't like issues. I'm going to bring these guys up. This, see, what is our stacking level? Can I bring you in? No, I can't. 3, 6, 7. Stacking limits are killing me here. All right, I'm going to bring him. Nope, I can't actually. Oh, because that's right. This guy started here. I moved him down here. Right. So he's not actually here, as you can see. What happens is he starts here, and then as the turn progresses, he eventually ends up here, as we can see when we replay the movies. So, Viper Dave, what's going on, my friend? How are you tonight? Hopefully all is well with you. We don't know what's in this stack. We know there's a headquarter unit. There's an infantry unit, there's an artillery unit, another infantry unit with a defensive 5. Ouch. Jeez. Man, oh man. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring everyone in to fight there. Damage or weaken these guys before I try and take on that stack. We're going to have a lot of artillery coming in on them. Make sure everyone assigned to that? Okay. I'm going to bring this guy up. I'm going to bring that engineer up there so he'll start helping. This guy's moving down. Artillery, you're all firing. And then up in the north, I just want to hold these guys in place. I don't think... Yeah, I'm going to bring these guys over here just to keep these guys in place. think we're fine there. Let's see what happens. Come on, baby. Give us a good result. Daddy needs a good result. Of course, you can play back the turns a lot faster, but with this little scenario, and look at our artillery. Come on, baby. Oop. Counter battery there. Yep, with counter battery attacks. Okay, now our units are moving. Here comes our unit up, our infantry unit we were moving up. Okay, well, we didn't actually get everyone in position to actually do an attack. Movement orders. There are 3 different types of movement orders. Move and defend. Units move and when it's blocked by enemy units. Move and attack. Units attacked when its movement is blocked by enemy units. And road movements. Units that move with more units have more movement points and pays lower movement costs when using roads. Note for road movement, units must have move plus supply. Unit is subject to ambush. Normal movement along roads costs 1 movement point regardless of terrain. The hotkey is M. Press the I button on the left for more information. Open the scenario briefing and open the quick tip. All right, so lots of other things we can do. So here is our battle summary report. We took no damage and we took 5% readiness. They took 17% to strength, 10% to their readiness. Okay, that's good. So now we know what's in there though. Let's see here. 3, 6, 7. I'm going to move. You can only have 8 stacking points in, so you can see I can't move. I can move this engineer up here. 3, 6, 7. Or I could just move this guy up a space. Move the engineer up there. How many's in this space? 3, 6, 7. So we can bring that guy around. So we got 8, 8, 8. How much is in this? 3, 6. Bring this guy over there. All right, artillery. Time for you guys to do your job again. We are hopefully you. Is it too far for you? Oh, I think I need to select everyone in there. That would be great. Thank you. Okay, we're going to put that on there. You. Shift R. Put you there. Shift R. Put you there. Shift R. Put you there. Is that everyone? Headquarters, we don't need to move them. We could do an attack here now. We have quite a few units surrounding these guys. Alright, I'm going to bring these guys in there. These guys are going in there. Probably, oops, let me select everyone, please, thank you. I'm going to be attacking these guys from 2 different directions. If we can cut that guy off, then these guys won't have any supply, and they'll be pretty worthless. Alright. Serious fight about ready to happen here. As you can see by the stack of units in that X, it's like 20 units tall at this point. But let's do it, see what happens. Alright, here we go. Come on down. Alright, we can, I think we can increase the speed a little bit now. There we go. Give it to him. Give it to him. Oh, counter battery attack there. That was okay attack. Let's see, this one was okay. Here we go. We got our moves. Big a fight. Interesting to see what happens in this fight right here. Ooh, not good. Well, we ended up about equal there in that attack. No, we're not ready yet. Let's see what happened in this attack. Not a lot of damage. Alright, shock. Shock was one of the most important aspects of the game. Armored units usually have a shock of 4, which means an armored unit can shift the odds of an attack by 4. So a 1-to-1 becomes a 5-to-1 attack. Shock shifts the odds of an attack by the shock value. A side shock is the maximum shock value of any of its units reduced by the percentage of units that have no shock. The percentage is calculated on a unit's stacking size. For example, if a unit is stacking size 1 with a shock value of 4, attacks an infinite unit with a stack size of 3 with no shock, then the final shock value is 1. 25% of the attack has shock. 25% of 4 equals 1. On the unit's details, this means the unit has shock. Right, so the black lightning bolt, shock. Shock me, baby, shock me. You can see if we select these guys and hit F, all these guys have got shock, 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 shock. All right, we're actually going to assign our units here to select you, hit R. No, select you, hit R, there we go. You guys, select both of you, hit R. So we're going to try something a little bit different. So we're going to support our units when they attack. Right. So I want all you, can I get all you guys, please? F, there we go. So I want all you guys to go in there. Alright, I want all you guys. All you guys. You know what? Right. And we're going to try this attack again. We're going to keep wearing that guy down until they're dead. Bring this guy back up. Alright, is everyone assigned a mission? Yes, let's see what happens. So we're trying something a little bit different here. We're going to try and support our units and see if that gives us a better result than trying to actually shoot them ahead of time and then have our units come in. Alright. So let's look at this attack. Put it on pause. Hang on. Let's see what the actual attack. Can I won't. I think it's because the attack isn't finished. Oh, look at, we took over the spot. We took over that spot. Beautiful. We are making some progress, my friends. Now we want to check out these. We want to check out our attacks. Okay. We ended up, the odds weren't that great in our favor, but we only took 4% damage and 7% to our readiness. They took 17% to their strength, 6% to their readiness, and they failed to withdraw, probably because they have nowhere to withdraw. So they were trying to withdraw to lessen the damage they took. So I think that was a pretty good result there. Now, most importantly, what happened here? This one's a big one. So we attacked, we took 4% to our strength, 7% to our readiness. Wait a minute. That's sure that it gave me the right result. Four, 7, 17, and 6. This one is are they exactly the same for some reason? Let's look at this attack. %24 to our strength, 14% to our readiness. They took 15% and 13. Of course, we can right-click to get more details. We got a -1 to shift. That's not good. How did that happen? Oh, because of the shock. So they had more shock value than we had. We just learned about shock too, hey? I mean, they took a little bit. We took a little bit. That's a little slobber knocker right there going on. I thought with our flanking attack we might be able to do a little bit better, but we ended up taking that hex. And now all we have to do is get this hex right there. All right, we can close this out. Tutorial recon. So intel reconnaissance is a very important part to this game, as I've mentioned before. Units must be detected by recon to be seen. The effectiveness of artillery or air attacks also depends on the intel of the target. The less known about the target, the less effective the attack. Ground units have distinct intel range strengths depending on their type. Reci units are best and foot infantry are worst. air recon, and ground asset intel missions can also gather intel. Right-click a unit and move the cursor over the icon to get more information. Intel range is the distance in hexes at which this unit can gather intel. Intel strength is the level of intelligence gathered. Intel strength decreases with range. At a range of 1, the intel gathered is at the unit's intel strength. This decreases by 1 per hex, but never falls below 1. Alright, so this will display our intel range on the map if we hit the I key. So if we could zoom out a little bit, which we can't really in this scenario very much. So green is good, yellow is not as good, and red is not helpful at all. So that's the I key. Righty. So we would like to totally take care of this area now and bomb it to submission. Alright, what is your guys's what is your range? Range is, no, that's anti-air. That is your stacking limit. That's your movement points. Range equals 5. Alright, so they have 5 hex range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, beautiful. Well, guys, join the party. We're going to be bombing this position, hopefully. Alright, let's go Shift R. So you attack there. Shift R goes to the next unit right there. You guys, oh well, no, Shift R. Wonder if I can, there we go. Alright, so R there. You, what's your range, my friend? Only 4 hexes. That's alright, because I'm going to have you, you hit there. So one thing about when you're hitting the R key, it seems like it's a little tricky, but it's, oh, sorry, I'm hitting my microphone. It's not really tricky. What you have to do is you actually have to click the R key when you're actually over the unit. So if you're not over the unit and you press the R key, it doesn't do anything, right? But if you're over it, and then, okay, so you were assigned there, you're assigned there, there. Good, good, good. Just attack. Oops, see, I took that off now because it already had that mission. Nope, I want both of you guys selected. Double click, R, attack, just like that. All right. So this is turn 6 of 8. I'm wondering if maybe we don't attack, let our guys rest a turn, get some of their strength back. We could have this stack and these guys attack these guys. What's in this stack? I don't think they have anything that great in it. Now the question is, alright, double click. We're going to go in there. Oh, it didn't even tell us ahead of time. The odd shift, 1 for engineer, 1 for better your quality units. Integrity, intensity is medium, odds 4.2 to 1. Now I like that. I like that a lot. I wonder if we throw this couple of these guys in. Or do I just let these guys rest and get some of their readiness back? I think I'm going to let these guys rest because we've got turn 6, turn 7, and turn 8. So we've got 2 turns after this. So we'll let them rest this turn, and then the last 2 we're just going to try to hammer this last spot and see if we can take it. And hopefully in 2 turns we can just hammer them down. We're still attacking them with our artillery, so their readiness should go down. And their strength should go down. So let's see how that works out. And these guys, again, I'm just going to keep these guys to the north busy. All right, play it up. Let's see what happens. Okay, more artillery. Then we should have our attack. No. Ooh, they took a big loss that time. Big loss. They took 39% to their strength, 17 to their quality, and they lost a unit? Really? Well, we got to check this out then. 1 unit was eliminated. It took 39% damage to their strength, 17 to their readiness. Defenders failed to withdraw, so he was eliminated. We had a 2.4 versus 1, which the final odds ended up being, oh, look at that. And we even rolled a 1 on the dice. If that would have been a 6, that would have been a lot better. I think higher is better, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think higher is better. So we got the engineer bonus, we got the quality bonus. Our attack value versus the defensive value. The integrities are the same. Ground attack value. Artillery attack value. Okay, let's check out this attack now. Well, it didn't do much damage, all that artillery, unfortunately. Again, we only rolled a 2 on the dice, though. Alright. So now we can... Air units! Oh, air units can be assigned different missions. Click on a button on the left to open or close the unit display. If the button has a red outline, then no missions have been assigned. Yellow, some units have missions. And green, all units have missions. Right-click on the unit button display for more information about the unit. Assigning air unit missions. Air units can be used to attack, defend ground units. Air units can have 2 attack values, a ground support and a ground attack value. Ground support value is used when assisting a ground attack and shifts the odds of the battle. Ground attack value is used when the unit attacks a unit on its own or in a combination with artillery and naval attacks. This value is equivalent of an artillery attack value. By clicking on the air unit button, the air units can also do a counter air or interception mission. Counter air missions increase the side's anti-aircraft defense for all units and can reduce enemy interdiction missions. Interdiction missions reduce enemy supplies, headquarter range, and movement points. So let's see, did we get some air units? Oh, look at that. So we have a recon unit. Right, so we can, well, obviously we're going to spot that hex. I mean, because that's, let's see, do we have any attack missions? And we do. So let's look at this unit here. So it's got a 1 ground support. So this is where it would shift in our favor, 1 slot. And if it attacked on its own, it has a value of 3. Okay, so that's the Lauren FF Squadron. What do we have over here? Is this the same thing? It's the same thing. Okay. Well, I think we gotta... Oh, so when you click on it, it'll actually, you can see where it says C and I and a dash and a C and an I and a dash, that will tell the unit what it's doing. So a C is counter air, as you can see now over here. It says counter air. This is interdiction. This is hopefully an attack. Yeah, you defend that guy. You defend this guy. And you can see when I do that, it says defense down there. So I think that means this guy defense as well. All right, so that's the air units. We also have intel, which I think we've already set up there. Intel. I guess we'll put that one there. Recon. All right, now there's actually combined arms. Let's see what, right click this. Command units can assist, I mean, seriously guys, if you've played war games ever, like ever, I mean, how much easier than, you know, oh, what the hell does this mean? What is this icon? What's this? Oh, I don't know. Let's just right click and get all the details we could possibly use. Not only that, but what if I don't understand what this little eyeball symbol is? Oh, I know. Let's just put it so if they hover over it, it'll give you all the detail information about that. Like, how brilliant. How simple and easy was that to figure out, and yet so many games refuse to just have an easy interface. And I just, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. That's all I have to say. Dog Sidious, the action of intercepting and preventing the movements of a prohibited community or person. Had to look it up. So combined arms, combined units can assist in either ground attack or ground defense by shifting the odds of a ground support. Okay, so if you're doing that, well, you come over here and give us a favor right there, and you give us can you give us a double favor? No, you can only do one in a hex. All right, let's do the other one over here then, because these guys are going to still attack. These guys are going to attack. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, I think I just reassigned that. Shoot. You attack here. All right. So now what I want to do is actually click off of that. There we go. All right, because when I was clicking on the units, it was, all right, you guys, go in there. You guys, be my heroes. Take over that hex. You guys, do the same thing. Artillery. We're going to RU and go there. You. We're going to RU and, RU and attack there. Nope, I want to select all of them, please. Thank you. We're going to attack there, not ourselves. You are to help that guy. Yes, I know that. You actually, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to have you guys are there. Are there. So again, our main thrusting, yeah, I don't think I need to do anything up there because we have to take this point. Do it. We're going to do it this time. I only have 2 turns left, so it's got to happen. We're going to have planes. We're going to have artillery. And of course, this is just a tutorial, so it's not going to have all the cool bells and whistles that you're going to get to play with. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, did we just completely eliminate that guy? I think we did. I think we did. Look at us moving in there, boys. Look at that. That's some good stuff there. There was some air attacks. Go in there, boys. Get them. Damn. They're still there, though. Let's see what we ended up with. Order was withdrawal. They lost 11% to strength, 25 damage to readiness. Defender failed to withdraw. The reason he couldn't withdraw is because he's got nowhere to go, because these guys are all overstacked over here. So he's got nowhere to go. Off-map assets. Naval units and sound ground asset missions. Yep. All kinds of stuff you're going to have. Super cool things. So we got intel. We have ships. In this scenario we don't. We have airplanes. We have artillery. Off-board artillery. Well, it all comes down to this. This is turn 8 here. So let's see. Well, it says total victory points 70 to 65. So you must get victory points for eliminating your opponent, maybe? Like how much damage you do to them? Victory points allies receive for destroying Axis units. And they don't receive anything because they haven't destroyed anything. But this victory point must be 70. Oh, so we're gonna have to kill another. All right. Oops. Yeah. You. Damn. You guys go in there. We got. Oh, everyone, thank you. Maybe if we can eliminate one of these guys. Oops, why didn't you guys? Everyone, thank you. There we go. Alright, artillery, we want you guys, and we're going to bomb there. Artillery, bomb in there. I don't know if we're going to have enough. And this artillery can bomb that guy. Oh, that's cool. When you hit the R key, it'll actually show you in green. Oh, where all the spaces you can actually target. How ingenious. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. All right, you guys make us proud. You guys have done a good job. You guys go in there. Everyone. Everyone. Come on, everybody. I can individually drag them in, but it'd be better if I just dragged them, selected everyone. Right. Yep. You're going to come in that way. You're going to come in that way. You're just going to come over. Yep. All right, let's find out. This is it. Pokey Tray, what's going on, my friend? This is it. You've reached it. This is turn 8, 8 of 8. We're going to find out if we are successful or not. Wish us luck, folks. It all comes down to this turn. Can we have enough? Oh, we just obliterated that guy. Absolutely obliterated him. Artillery. Oh, one guy just retreated. Two guys retreated. Come on, attack. No, come on. Let's not go to the next phase yet. Let's check out our attack. Damn, still, we had less attack value than they had defensive value. They took a lot more damage, though. We had 2 quality on them. We had 14 attack. They had 23.5 defense. Holy Moses. They had 95% integrity. We only had 70%. Ground defense value 24.7. Total attack is 11. Because we only get 70% of our 14. They get 95% of their 23.5, which went up to 24.7 for some reason. We ended up doing a lot of damage to them, but again, they failed to withdraw units. They took a lot of damage. We didn't take very much damage, even though the odds wasn't in our favor. Medium attack and dice roll. This attack here, I think, wiped out somebody. Yeah, 1 unit was eliminated. We took a little bit of strength loss, a little bit of damage. It was 2.6 versus 1. Dog City said, got him, and with the muscle man arm. There we go. Thank you, sir. You should try and do a top 10 video of your favorite videos someday, says Spooky Trey. My top 10 videos of my top 10 video. So we actually got all the way from 2.6 to 5.6 because we had, there it is, 1 engineer and 2 qualities. So we got 3 shifts. So it went up 3 points. I rolled a 5, which is pretty nice. So if we go on to the next, it should be the end of the battle. It should give us some kind of result there. Let's see. Ah, we've been defeated. Damn. Axis 92, Allies 67. How can that possibly be? Huh. Eliminated units. We eliminated all their units. They must have eliminated something of ours. So, Allied ammo per turn. Fuel. Units. Ammo. Fuel. Well, we didn't do anything until turn 3. We finally started to do some damage. And then turns 4 and 5 we didn't do much, but then 6 we did great. 7 we didn't do much, and then going into turn 7 to 8 we did awesome. Well, that has been a defeat there, but you know what? It was a good tutorial, good learning experience for us. Let's check out some of the, we're not going to play them or anything, it's getting late already, but just a friendly reminder for everyone out there, BK Wargames is the developer. Publisher is Slitherine and Matrix Games. They do a great job. They've been putting out some quality games, quality content, so I would highly recommend you go to their websites, check this game out. And even if you're not interested in, purchasing the game or whatever, be sure to leave your guys a thumbs up or if you enjoyed this content so I can see if you guys would be interested in watching some more of these scenarios there. Viper Dave, never played this, but I think you needed some of the shock value attacks units in the Hex for better odds. Yeah, I think you gotta, you gotta really kind of focus in on that. Like that, I didn't realize. So, new AI game, resume, hot seat, multiplayer. Does have multiplayer. Does have hot seat. New AI game. Let's see if it gives us different scenarios in here. So we have the introductory battle, which is 8 turns. You have the Azair E, the reluctant offensive, 36 turns. You have Into the Blue, Battle of Sadi Barani. You have Battle for Beta Foam, 21 turns. Battle for Salome, Operation Battle Axe, 24 turns. Sunday of the Dead, Battle of Sadi Regime, 21 turns. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Apologize. Rats versus the Ram, Battle of Bir El Gubi. Bir El Gubi. 12 turns. Gazala, first 5 days, 15 turns. Gazala the Cauldron, 24 turns. Gazala Fall of Tobruk, 30 turns. High Tide of Alem Alfla, 30 turns. Second Alamine from Lightfoot to Supercharge, 45 turns. So there you go, and you can play, I think, most of the scenarios either side. Play with or without Fog of War. You can actually have the computer play itself and just watch, sit back and watch. You can give one side a bonus, or give the AI a bonus, or give yourself a bonus, I guess. Yeah, lightning bolts are good, says Viper Dave. I agree. Yeah, the black lightning bolts were good. Should have probably reorganized that stack, but it was just a tutorial, so I wasn't, that concerned about, if I was playing a regular scenario and I needed that objective, then I would have fine-tuned my kill stack hexes. Can we open one up just to see the map and the units? Sure. Let's look at Gazala Fall of Tobruk. Gazala Fall of Tobruk, time span is the 11th of June, 1942 to the 21st of June, 1942. 30 turns. There are 3 turns per day. Its map size is medium, which means it's 80 hexes by 55 hexes. Number of units, Axis, 270. Allies, 246. Command and control value, Axis -10, Allies -20. The force level is high, complexity is high. The advantage favors the Axis, so obviously if we play as the Allies, we get it's going to make it slightly harder on us. If we play as the Axis, it might be slightly easier because it does favor us. There's the historic background, and the victory conditions gain more victory points than the other side by destroying enemy units and or capturing objective hexes. Points are awarded each turn to the player owning the following objective hexes. They are Gambit, Tobruk, Gazala, El Adem. This is version 2.0, and the author is John Duquette from BC Games. Thanks for the stream, ID Jester. Have a good night, folks. Dog Sidious. Good channel, guys. Good channel. Check out Dog Sidious. He's got a great channel. Al, Red Sox fan, is here as well. He's got a good channel as well. You guys should check out their channels. You can link to them through mine. So let's just, we're just going to create this just so we can actually play as the Axis side. So we can just see what this looks like. Just because Viper Dave wants to check it out and just to see the size of the actual scenarios and how many units. Again, there's the information I just read you guys. I'm not going to read it again. And you can see this is going to be the start up where you're actually going to be positioning your units around the map. This is what they call the setup phase, where you can actually, put units into different hexes and such. We'll zoom in a little bit so you get a better idea. Everything's color coded. Again, right click. If you haven't read the manual, or I've read some of the manual. I've figured I would learn kind of as we played, but just so many good things about this game that are just like, why don't other war games have these simple little things? Right click a unit, find out, oh, here's all the detailed information you could possibly ever want about this guy. But if you're like, what's this symbol mean? Oh, you just mouse over it and it tells you everything you want to know about that symbol. What's this symbol mean? Oh, it's a distance from the headquarters. What's this symbol mean? Oh, it's how many movement points it has remaining. What's this symbol mean? Support. Oh, here's the support rules. And what? Oh, and then, getting even better, it tells you what key to press. How easy is that? How easy is that? That is awesome. Just the ability of we play lots of different war games here on my channel. I don't know how many times I've been hovering over and then like, oh shit, oh, God. I get so mad, so frustrated. It's like the worst thing in wargaming is when you're trying to see what's in a stack of hex, and then you move your mouse, and then you got to reposition it. Now with this game, you just hit the F key, and it locks everything in place. I can move my mouse cursor around. I can click on the map. I can drag the map around, whatever. But look at that, and I can now study the units. I can right-click them. I can get more detailed information, but the units are still there. Brilliant. Absolutely freaking brilliant. Why other war games don't have that, I don't know. But anyways, let's zoom back out a little bit. Hello, zoom back out, zoom back out, zoom back out. Let's hit the minus key on the keyboard. There we go. So that's that is going to be your full-size map, I think. No, it goes all the way over. Sorry, there's your full-size map. And there's Tobruk. There's Badari, where we were just fighting just a minute ago, actually. Here is our supply sources for Axis. This must be, the blue must be victory point locations. Yes. Thinking. This looks like their supply source. So you can see there's, you got all kinds of, if you want to get in and play a big scenario with tons and tons of units. Let's see if we can actually exit out of that. Let's try, let's see if we can find maybe a little bit smaller one. Let's go for a 12. It even tells you the number of units. Here we are, 39 and 38. That sounds like a nice, easy 39 versus 38 kind of battle. I gotta zoom out. Thank you. These units are all fixed. Look at that. This is just a little quadrant of the map again. I keep trying to zoom out, but it's like it doesn't need to be zoomed out much because there's not very big map, as you can see over here. And my mouse is acting a little bit weird with the scroll. All right, so this is going to be the other side over there. And this is going to be their setup hexes. And then this is going to be our setup hexes. And this is going to be our F, I think, means, yep, unit fixed in place. Unit cannot move. Unit fixed for 3 turns. Unit becomes unfixed when enemy moves adjacent. There you go. There's the rule on everything. God, it's just freaking brilliant. Wow. 116 for these tank units. These are some pretty bad tanks. So actually tell us what kind of tanks are in this unit. Does have shock, as we talked about. Viper Dave said, don't forget, shock, black lightning bolts are good. So, black lightning bolts, as you can see here, black lightning bolts shock. Shock shifts 4. Wow, that's pretty nice. And then the little dots on the side, I think, represent, their readiness. So green is good, and then as it goes down, you'll see the color change, and then their strength. Again, green is good. Green is good. Yellow's not so good. What is that? Sure what that yellow triangle represents. It's a Reese platoon. Reese, we know that Reese is actually very good at recon. Let's see what their recon is. This their recon? Intel, yep. That's their intel strength 3. See, we did learn something going through that tutorial. Alrighty, guys. Well, let's exit out of there. There we go. So, appreciate everyone showing up tonight for some awesome Desert War 1940-1942. Check it out at Slitherine Games website or Matrix Games. Be sure to let them know that ID Jester sent you if you do go, and be sure to leave a thumbs up and a comment in case Slitherine or Matrix Games decide to stop by and check out my video. They'd like to see all your guys' replies or questions or comments or whatever. So anyways, we'll be checking out this game some more, doing some more of the I'll probably look through and figure out which is a good medium, not too big, not too small, not too fat, not too tall scenario. First 5 days at Gazala. That sounds pretty good. Let's just take a look at that one real quick. Al Red Sox fan, check out his channel. Dog Sidious, he does awesome channel too. And let's see how many units here. Oh, that's not too bad. That is not bad at all, as a matter of fact. That looks pretty good. And let's see the size of the map. Yeah, okay. So it goes right to there, as you can see here, but our mini map up in the corner. To be honest, though, I mean, just some of the things in this game that should be in every war game, and like, total surprise, it is awesome. The fact that, oh my gosh, I can, nobody likes to read a 300-page manual every time they got to play a game. And, just having all the details and all the information that you can just hover over, it's just so good. Having the ability to have your units stay on the side. I mean, there's just really good interface. There's just too many games with crappy interfaces out there. But so I give this game an A+ for the interface. I haven't played enough of the scenarios yet to really dive in and find out, if they're balanced, how fun they are, and stuff like that, which we'll do. We'll play a couple scenarios, and then maybe we'll give a nice review on this game. But I can already see, just from the quality of the game, the time and effort that's spent in thinking about how can I make this easy for people to use? How can I make this enjoyable so they don't need to spend time looking things up in the rule book every other turn. I can definitely tell that this is going to be something that is going to be just war game heaven for us war gamers out there. So Itarian Hobbyist, my friend, check out his channel. If you guys love war games, check out Itarian Hobbyist. He has one of the best war game channels on YouTube. Does a great job. He just live streams. He converses with you. He talks about his strategies. He brings out new and interesting games. So definitely check out Itarian Hobbyist and his channel. Well, guys, unfortunately, Itarian, you showed up at the very end. You can go back and watch this earlier. But this game is really, really good. The interface is out of this world great. And I'm not going to go over it again because people are probably sick and tired of me saying it. But there's just things in this interface that other war games should have in. And it's just so good. You won't have to spend hours in the manuals. You can just hover over things. So this is definitely one to keep your eye on if you're interested in this theater at all. Definitely check out Desert War 1940 to 1942 by BK Software, published by Slitherine and Matrix Games. We'll see you guys all later. Again, check out Italian Hobbyist, Al Red Sox fan, Dog Cityist. Check out their channels. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for coming and watching.